Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, and welcome back to the World Esports Championships Road to Riyadh 2024, the final day in the amazing series. Guys, you're all welcome to tonight's gameplay. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be interesting. Hope you guys have your snacks ready because this night is about to be strong. And to show you how much of an interesting matchup is gonna be tonight, I have with me Kronos, our our co-streamer. Kronos, welcome.
Hey, Prince Gill, it is nice to be here. I was going to be an assistant co-streamer or assistant coach. I don't know what was going on, but you know for a fact that we about to get down. We about to get lit. This stage is going to be on fire for sure because right now we are, ladies and gentlemen, World Esports Championships qualifiers. World Esports Championship qualifier, Riyadh 2024, the road to Riyadh, rather. And right now we know it's about to get down. It is the grand finals. Prince Kill, you the prince who loves to kill, but we know for a fact El Cartel versus Alpha Zeros. Give us a breakdown.
So these two teams have met before in the second day of the playoffs, right? The beginning of the bracket series where Alpha Zeros dominated and sent El Cartel down to the lower brackets after a 2-0 match victory for Alpha Zeros. But that didn't stop them because they did not give up. In fact, they've got very long history in this tournament, right? After qualifying literally in 16th position from the first day, 2-day qualifier matches, right? They literally finished in 16th position, just the borderline there to get into the tournament. And now they've made their way all the way to the grand finals after a gruesome challenge. Screen there, you guys can see the journey from the group stages with El Cartel winning all their matches in the group stages there. Group D alongside Raju finished second, Ecstatic and Fake was taken, right? Those are how their matchups were throughout the group stages. And then moving on to the bracket fixtures where they had to fight with a complete, tough team. It's a setup of tough teams actually. So El Cartel had a very long journey coming through the tournament. Kronos, to you.
I love the fact that it's a lot that you explain. Everything that's happened so far in this tournament broke it down perfectly that we would like to see. And however, you get to see how the entire teams made it to the grand finals altogether. Like you mentioned, Alpha Zero is one of the most dominant teams. And from what you told me just off screen, Alpha Zeros has been the dominant team for a couple of years, not just a couple of months, not this tournament, but a couple of years. And that's going really hard just to show that Alpha Zeros has been one of the most dominant team in the Nigeria esports scene, especially when it comes to Mobile Legends Bang Bang. And also, let's not forget El Cartel. You take a look at the brackets. The first match in the upper brackets that they had was Alpha Zeros and El Cartel. I believe I was casting that game as well, and it was an absolute cracker of a game, and we could tell Alpha Zero Cartel. It was one of the things I believe so far in the upper brackets. And moving on, El Cartel did get knocked out by Alpha Zeros, went to the lower brackets, made their run, their miracle run all the way from down under back to the losers finals. Won that losers finals against Izanami no Kami, lower bracket finals. Beat Izanami no Kami, who are again a really dominant team. And they lost again to Alpha Zeros as well, just going to show how strong Alpha Zeros is. And El Cartel making their way all the way to the finals. It's like a Cinderella story, isn't it, Prince?
Yeah, it is. It is like a Cinderella story, right? Eventually, they have gotten close to the happy ending that they're looking for. All that's left is to go toe to toe once again with Alpha Zeros, just as we've seen before. But tonight it's a best of 5 series, right? 5 intense games. It could be 5, it could be 3, depending on which team shows more dominance in tonight's fixtures. So we're just waiting to get on in with the for the lineups tonight. Alpha Zeros have got the big dogs from their team: Aqua, Big Daddy Hades, Zadi, Igot, and then Chimera, the best players that they've lined up here. And then El Cartel also have Dark Lord, Dead as Fuck, Void Hacker, Rain, and El Patron, I believe, right? So especially what key players, right, to look out for in this match are Void Hacker and the two amazing junglers that can literally go toe to toe so far in this tournament from the games that they've executed so far. So it's a very, very tough battle to see how well these two teams, these two junglers, go up against each other. So if we're ready, I think it's almost about time we can join the draft phase of game number one, the best of 5 series, Alpha Zeros versus El Cartel. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Kronos with me for this amazing matchup for the night.
Hey, Princey, you said it to them. They got the big dogs versus the underdogs. Alpha Zeros versus El Cartel. Alpha Zeros on the blue side, El Cartel on the red. 5-match series. I wish it can go all the way to 5 games, but now we have the bans coming in. Clearly, Alpha Zero is the one going to go getting the first pick, most likely, and El Cartel will be the ones to get the second. But, look at the bans coming up. The Masha, the Carry, the Diggy, and the Minotaur. When you see such a big, high-stakes game sprints, sometimes I feel like people should stop watching the MPLs. They should come and watch the WEC 24 Road to Riyadh, because look at the way these bands are going. These are potentially high outplay, high IQ bands, right? These are not something that you see every day in your ranked games. And look at that, the first pick going to be Lilia from the side of Alpha Zero. So for sure, Aqua going with this comfort pick, and they're trying to cook something, and this little witch is definitely behind that.
No, absolutely. Like giving Aqua the Lilia pick, that's like the beginning of the end. But I believe El Cartel have, something up their sleeve for leaving such an OP mage into the hands of a very, very dangerous player himself. And like you said, the bans are extremely extraordinary. That Xbox ban, Minotaur, Diggy, yeah, those are very, very good bans. But also El Cartel, they've taken their signature Yuzhong and Akai picks. Void Hacker, like I said, very, very OP on his Akai. And then Yuzhong, that's sector that El Cartel really love to pick, to get into that backline, into the marksmen and mages for Alpha Zero. So expect some, serious gameplays there and absolute positioning gameplays from Alpha Zeros. We've got Kynera now picking the Mathilda room. That's a very, very good room choice, actually, if you ask me. Hades will probably be looking to, make a swap, or yeah, there you go. Zaddy now playing D-Rod. So it's a D-Rod and UXP lane match. And looking for the final pick now, at least for the first few stages, the third pick now for El Cartel. Going by the history, some of the few heroes that they've loved to pick, it might be a mage pick here. There's still a handful of mages left to go with, the Xavier, the Vexana. Yeah, Vexana 2 might be a possible pick. Or what do you think these guys would take right now, Kronos?
I mean, I was looking at the picks, right? Like you mentioned, you broke it down wonderfully. The Yuzhong, the Akai just to get into the back line, Akai to provide that disengage that comes in with a heavy spin, the Black Dragon form. These are some big, powerful ultimates. And then you take a look, Kynera just picks up the Mathilda. And this is the first time I think we've seen a Mathilda go all the way to like a third pick, because it's usually either first pick or second pick. You don't usually wait to give your opponents Mathilda. And El Cartel being a really, dare I say, really cocky when it comes to this draft. They don't want to pick up the Mathilda themselves, but giving it away and picking up this Lu Yi. And just like you said, Prince, they've given this. They want to go for this mage pickup. I'm still shocked at the fact that they've given away the Mathilda, right? Mathilda's such a strong roamer. You have the guiding wind, provides heals, provides movement speed. You can basically you can merge it with so many different combinations, especially a Zaddy going for the D-Rod. Yes, it's a flex pick. You can play it in the jungle. You can play the EXP lane as well. It's just a counter to this Yuzhong. And let's look at the final two bans. El Cartel realizing that the Mathilda Barrett's combination that's been going on from about 2 years ago, they don't want to bring that back, taking out Barrett's off the table. And Mardis, the Decimate Lord himself, they do not want that evil incarnate presence in the land of Dawn taken away. But on the other side, yeah, I know. On the other side, look, Alpha Zero's choking down that marksman pickup. So now you don't have Brody, you don't have Claude, you don't have Carrie. So who's your marksman going to be? There's the Bruno. I can't really think of much more. Maybe Ixia? What do you think?
Yeah, Ixia. Yeah, Ixia, for the marksman choices, they still have a decent handful of options, right? Brody and Cloud taking off. Those are very, very metal marksmen that we've seen dominate the tournament series, both MPL and everything. Oh, there we go. There's the Ixia pick from El Cartel. You called it. So I'm not surprised. Clint's also taking for Alpha Zeros. That the two good marksmen, will scale into the late game, and they will show to be very, very strong, depending on who gets farmed first. And the marksman picks are usually very, very important, right? that they determine how well the late game is going to be played, because those are mostly the period when the marksmen shine. But Ixia does have, a way of dominating all the way from the mid lane. As soon as she gets, a couple of items in the Corrosion Sky, Demon the Sword, yeah, and then to really join those team fights, and the ultimates too will be very, very important, especially when you're combining that with the Yuzhong Black Dragon form. It's gonna be a bit of a tough one. But then Clint too is someone to be scary. It's Big Daddy Hades now taking the Fredrin pick, Fredrin in the jungle. That's got me asking a lot of questions, but I'm not gonna argue.
Hey, yeah, you're right. You're right. I like the Fredrin pick. It does raise a lot of questions because you're going against an Akai, and
Yeah,
Fredrin I
exactly.
think is just a really safe jungle pick, right? It's just a safe jungle pick coming in right now because they banned out most of the jungle picks that they could have gone for. But
Mm,
I'm still questioning this Clint. Yes, Clint does a lot of damage in the early phase of the game. He does a lot of damage late game, but come on, Prince. You have a black dragon just is flying towards you. What's a cowboy from
yeah.
the east side of Texas going to do anything about it, But let's, for the final pick, was the Rafaela going in towards the side of El Cartel. And right now, the draft is set, the stage is set. What do you think is going to be the better draft, according to you, Prince Kill? Because I feel like this
Mm,
Clint is questionable, but we cannot count on Alpha Zeros, right? Just because they're such a powerhouse.
they are a powerhouse indeed, but to draft this, the one from El Cartel is looking, there's a lot of mobility there. There's a lot of heal coming out from Rafaela. So, and then Akai just makes it easier to secure those important objectives. Talking about the Lord, when he gets the heavy spin, sends Fredrin far away from, the range of the ult where he can use a retribution, makes it easier for them to secure objectives. And then you've got Yuzhong as well with the zoning, keeping Lilia, keeping Dirot at bay. And the Petrify combo too is going to come in very, very important. It's going to come in clutch. And we Ixa at a very, very safe position to just spam her ultimate. It's going to make it a lot easier here. Like El Cartel have literally gone with a lineup that makes it easier for them to, secure objectives, make those early game gangs. But Alpha Zeros to their draft is, focus a little bit more into the mid to late game scenes, right? So early on, we might not really see something out from them, except from the Lilia though. Lilia does very, very well in the early game, and we should be looking to see a couple of action coming out from her so far in. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The first game of night's best of 5 series, Alpha Zeros versus El Cartel. Kronos, take us into this match.
Hey, you brought us in beautifully already, explaining how this early game pressure coming out from the side of Alpha Zero should be so dominant because you have a Matilda, you have a Lilia, and I don't think a Rafaela and Louis can do anything against that. And now they should be rotating towards the Lethal Wanderer. And let's be honest, against the Fredrin, do you really want to fight? Look at him. That guy looks so sparkly with that sparkle skin. He's just going to be playing the drums on you with his big sword. But at the same time, we want to see how will El Cartel utilize their marksman Ixia. You mentioned it beautifully, right? Ixia scales so well into the mid game with Corrosion Sight, Demon Hunter Sword, and look at Matilda. Immediately, Chimera realizes that his marksman needs the help, and I got you definitely has the back of his roamer. And look at the rotation, making into the goal lane. Zaddy was their Dark Lord. I don't think there's much going to happen, Prince. Maybe we're going to see Voidhawk going for something early.
Yeah, indeed, he will be going for something early, right? But for now, it's just more of a calm gameplay, focus farming, gank wherever you can. But you can see on the top lane, Dirot's already getting some damage out onto Yuzhong there, and it's a little bit scary to see because you should think that Yuzhong has the upper hand in laning against Dirot, but Dirot does have a huge, huge amount of damage, and the damage. The penetration effect coming out from his skill too, right? The spectre step, that's something to really, really look out for. So Young might not be as tanky as you want him to be, but he should be able to get some damage out. And then there's the first turtle up already on the EXP lane, the top side of the map. Akai's already going in for it. We might be having a fight coming out here very soon. As soon as Dark Lord gets to level 4, we'll definitely have some action going on. Just a little bit of,
Oh,
poking and zoning coming
okay,
out here.
speaking of
Expect some
action,
damages later going in. Yeah, speaking of
yeah,
action,
you
there we
see the
go already.
damage.
There's Yuzhong in the
Oh, look
backline
at
looking for
her.
Lilia. Already gets a Petrify combo.
Oh, and you see how they're trying to do heavy spin coming up. Black Dragon is unleashed, ladies and gentlemen, and look at that, the turtle picked up by Void Haka, zoning everyone away. There it is, the praises right, but not enough damage. He doesn't have what he needs, and he looks like Team Alpha Zeros will lose out on this turtle trade. No first blood yet. It's about 2 minutes 50 seconds of the game. Both the teams are playing so safe, Prince, and I know they want to kill, but they want that kill really fast.
Indeed, they were very, very fast, but it's all about the patience, right? Going in for kills right now is not very, very important. What's important is getting those farm, focusing on objectives. They will literally only fight for the important objectives, right? I believe the next kill or the first blood that we should see will probably have. Oh, never mind, that's going to be on the EXP lane. Like I said, Yuzhong should be able to get the kill on Dirot, and he did. But I probably believe Dirot got maybe too cocky there because I believe he took some damage from the tower, and that might have been his, the cause of his death. But coming back to the gold lane, we might have some action coming out very, very soon. Void Hacker does have the heavy spin on, and he's going to get Fredrin, sending him close to the turret. He's pinned already, but
look
would that be enough damage? 4v1 situation, and there is going to be a kill.
Yeah, they pick up that kill. Indeed, that was something beautiful coming in from the side of Team Alpha Zeros, right? They tried the best that they can, and they did. Where they tried to save Big Daddy Hades. He even used the guiding wind right on time, but that heavy spin is just too much for them to deal with. That CC that comes in, it's just constant, nonstop. It's almost like a silence when you're pinned against the wall. And someone like Fredrin will have a hard time against Void Haka contesting these neutral objectives. Look at Dark Lord right now. He is the person that the team wants to protect, because Zaddy was, like you mentioned, just getting a little too aggressive, taking the extra step, and wasn't able to get that kill. And now we want to see again Lilia with a fast wave clear in the mid lane. Daddy Hades, now they focus their attention to the Turtle Prince. What do you think is going to go down?
Turtle, once again, probably going to be easily secured by El Cartel, although let's not just write them off here. The ES laners aren't here yet. Yuzhong already cleared the way, making his rotations, coming in to assist his team. We've got El Patron and Deada's Folk already in position. Nugi is looking to land that Yin Yang combo. Aka's going into heavy spin. Once again, secures the turtle. And can they get a couple of kills too? Ace is coming in with the ultimate. Here's the Black Dragon looking for a kill on that turtle. They will be able to hack off the map. That's one kill for Hades already. And that's just going to be the fight, right? Easily secured there. Good turtle. But the trade-off was quite unfortunate there. Void Hacker lost his health, sent back to the base. But it's only going to get much better from here, right? Alpha Zero's starting to make the comeback into the game, slightly by about 1k gold lead, but nothing too much to worry about. But we've already seen with that rotation from Yuzhong, Diro was able to get his hands on the top lane tier 1 turret, and that's an advantageous push for them. I can make it easy enough for Diro to rotate and join his teams in team fights. So let's look out for some more action coming on here. It's already very, very interesting. 5 minutes in and only 3 kills. 5 minutes and only 3 kills. What's all that about, Kronos?
I mean, if you think about it, the fact that it's early into the 5-match series, I feel like the first game's all about momentum. And the first game is really crucial, really important. They want to make sure they don't give the momentum to the opposition. They want to keep the momentum with themselves, and they want to play it safe. That's why we're not seeing any team take these big risks that we would love to see. Because of Fredrin against an Akai is really always action-packed. Look at this Lilia Aqua just dealing so much damage on the Void Haka. He was full HP, taken down to a quarter right now. And he'll have to go down, but look at the focus under the gold lane. There it is, the circling eagle guiding him to get out of there. And at the same time, Rain and Dead AFK along with El Patron will go back, and there it is, the diversion coming into the mid lane, and this is a really risky coming in. Rain with a combo from Ixia coming out from Void Haka, and look at that Black Dragon form coming in from behind. They want to get someone, they just zoned them away. No kill yet from this big engage. That combination was absolutely beautiful, Prince, like you said. I think the way that is going, these teams want to play the macro game and not really much of the micro.
Indeed, and you're trying to tell me that after that, turret dive and team fight, there was literally that was absolutely insane. But Big Daddy Hades is able to finally get their hands on the last turtle of the game. They get 1 turtle. It's good for them nonetheless, but they still have the gold lead regardless of the kill. Looking at a 3k gold lead so far in, and a possible mid lane turret anytime soon if El Cartel are really not careful. But one more time, rotations now going over towards the bottom lane. Clint has already been able to secure the
Oh,
bottom lane turret, and that's a very, very good push. But
Zaddy.
D-Rod might be in trouble. Yeah, flickered into safety. That's all good for him. And
Oh, look at
here's
that. They're
the
trying to steal the blue buff of
H.
Praise's Rat. They're going in heavy spin, circling Eagle. They get 3 full barrage trying to come up, but not able to. Big Daddy 80 solo. They get the Lily Aqua Falls. Finally, the Black Dragons are full barrage with the
Flickered
flicker.
right in.
Chimera has to get out of there. And look at Big Daddy 80's being chased to the depths of despair by this Black Dragon. And what can this Big Daddy 80's do? Dark Lord telling him, you're in my territory right now, player. And right now, looks like Team El Cartel are here to play. But something you mentioned, Prince. Look at how Alpha Zeros, they taking turrets, they still have the goal lead even though they don't have the kills.
Exactly, right? It's looking more like El Cartel are focusing more on kills, but Alpha Zeros are this is literally how Alpha Zeros dominate. Hold on, we've got a fight coming. Like Dijon gets taken down to the abyssal strike from D-Rod. That is insane. Louis, that's a double kill. Do they have a triple? Not just yet, but the damage coming out from Clint so far is absolutely. Can we take a quick look at the item builds, right? Because Clint is dealing so much damage. I believe he does have the Blade of Heptasis and probably the Endless Battle as well. Ixa gets taken down by Aqua under the turret. There was no safety. Alpha Zeros are really beginning to get their power spike. Yeah, there we go. Oh, not the Blade of Heptasis though, but the Endless Battle into the Heavy Fury Hammer. That's the Seal Halberd as well. Yeah, the anti-heal coming out for Yuzhong.
I'm about to, right, Prince. I spoke a little too soon about the fact that Alpha Zeros didn't have the kill, and then next thing you know, they pull this big team fight. They get 3 kills, 4 kills, and then now they get the kill score up. And look at that goal lead extended from 3K to 5K almost. But now they're starting up the Lord, and I think Dark Lord is a little too late to the party, and this Black Dragon will have to go back because there's nothing more to grab. And slowly but surely, Alpha Zero is making their mark on the map of this Land of Dawn. And like we saw the items coming out from I Got You, you know he has a lot of gold. Let's take a look at the itemization once again.
Yeah, those are super. He didn't even complete the boots, right? That tells you he's looking for more damage than, survivability. Just taking the first part, you've got Ixa, try to sustain as much as she can with the Dreadnought armor there. And there's a heavy speed one more time from Akai. Who does he get stunned? That's Mathilda, though. Goes in with the circling eagle. Here's the fight from Ixa. Do we get any kill map up there? Yuzhong looking for the Black Dragon form. Akai gets out. Yuzhong doesn't make it so far out. That was insane. Yuzhong,
that's the battle I was talking about.
Yes.
That's the battle I was talking about, right? The Black Dragon versus the East Cowboy from east side of Texas, and the Cowboy seems to win. And look at the range. That's the range advantage he has, right? He has to flicker out though so low. That's the thing, that the Clint has the range advantage. He's got true damage, so he's gonna ignore all the armor that you've built up, and he's gonna go straight through for the damage. And only way you can counter is if you have more HP. And Dark Lord right now, I feel like he's the key to victory. He should know when to utilize his ult. But speaking of ultimate, look at that, the heavy spin coming up, Purify being popped by Aqua as well. And Prince, you were saying, how do you think this is going?
This is already looking the exact way Alpha Zeros always dominate the gameplays, right? Start off of the match, it always looks like, they're not focusing too just farming, getting fed, Hades, jungling, and all that. But then they just have this, sudden point during the gameplay where they have this power spike. They just get what they need and they start taking the advantage, going for those macro gameplays, making pickups. And we've seen how well that has worked out for them so far in this game. Earlier on, we were saying that El Cartel were, dominating, taking 2 turtles, getting some ganks, but the kills were already looking in their favor. But then you can't even remember the point where Alpha Zeros had the advantage, took up the advantage, because they just maintained the farm, and now they've been able to show dominance, taking all the turns down, all the inhibitors. The next Lord is going to prove very, very crucial if they want to end this game in, like the 15-minute or 20-minute mark. But so far, so good for Alpha Zeros. It's not over yet, though. El Cartel can still, make a possible comeback. We've seen something similar happen in the match between Reap and Kill and Darkstars Esports. You missed that game, Chronos, but it was a very, very tough one. But this is Alpha Zeros that we're talking about here, right? One of the best teams on the Nigerian server. So, but a lot can still happen, and I'm pretty much impressed with how well El Cartel are actually holding up right? They've been able to keep up their farm. A lot of defenses coming out, but from here on out, it's going to be a little bit harder. Ixia does need a lot more damage items if you want to match up with Clean. There you have Clean taking the Berserker Fury, so a lot more crit damage is about to come out. And here's the battle for the second Lord being taken down
this
very, very fast.
is
Look at
gonna
that
hurt.
speed. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
gonna
the
hurt. He's
Cowboy is
packing
gonna
a
start
punch.
hurting. Yeah, about to say that's true. I thought we had a Cowboy here, and the marksman seems like they have a Paquito. He's definitely gonna have pack a punch with this big damage, that range coming in, and next thing you know, that's all she wrote. Because now the Lord is marching down from the top lane, and this is gonna be really hard for the side of El Cartel. Look at Ixia, still needs a lot of items, only has the Corrosion Sight and Sea Halberd, but on the other side, I got you as 4 full items, which includes the Malefic Roar. So you know he's gonna hurt. Look at that heavy spin coming out. Full barrage being baited out so early. That's a big ultimate that's used quite early, and now will they be able to defend the Lord just crashing into the top lane? Retribution being used by Daddy Hades. He's trying to slow everyone down. The taunt comes out. Appraises Wrath right down the middle, and seems like
White Haka's taking off.
White Haka, and look at that, they get a double kill. El Patron goes down, but seems like they want to get the base. Look at Team Alpha Zero's pick up game number 1 in this best of 5 series against El Cartel in the grand finals of the Road to Riyadh. And this is Kronos and Prince. Prince, oh my god, that last fight though. They baited out that full barrage so early from Ixia. So beautiful. What good play coming from Alpha Zeros. Absolutely amazing.
Couldn't say anything less myself. That was wonderful, Kronos. The way that action came out, you took us right into it. I literally enjoyed every single part of that fight, and to see Alpha Zeros pull up a victory like that, like you said, the baiting out from the full barrage from Ixia was a very, very smart play from Fredrin, and that was absolutely interesting to watch. But after that game 1 secured, Alpha Zeros have the first win of the night, so we're looking to get on into game 2 of the series and see if El Cartel can pull up a comeback. But before that, let's take a very, very brief break and join us back here. We'll be right back. right, people, we are back, and I hope you've grabbed your breathers and your popcorns and snack because game 2 is about to be just as hot as game number 1. I believe Alcatel will be looking to make a comeback, to get themselves back into this win. But Alpha Zeros, though, they might still show some dominance after the exciting gameplay that we've seen from game 1 with that dominative gameplay coming out from those teams. How many kills did we even get in the first game, Kronos? There weren't a lot of kills, right?
Oh my god. I mean, towards the end, Alpha Zeros are just running away with it, right? They're just running through the entire team of El Cartel. And I think we got a double kill from Aqua in the end game, and there was like a triple kill in between. And then, there was another double kill. So there were kills all over. It's just that the early first to 5 minutes of the game, it was just a little too slow. Teams were engaging each other. They wanted to see. Alpha Zeros were taking their time. El Cartel were trying to force something out of Alpha Zeros, but nothing really happened. And the next thing Alpha Zeros were just getting objectives after objectives, farm after farm, taking it away. But yes, if you speak about kills, I believe for the first 8 minutes, not so many kills. But after that, the advantage was just with Alpha Zeros, and they were just running away with it. And right now, El Cartel going to be on the blue side, Alpha Zeros on the red. And look at those bans coming in, right? Again, Prince, they are here to take the trophy. They don't want to play around. They want to go for it all. And now, El Cartel banning out the Matilda. They finally realized what the problem was. They don't want to give the Matilda, taking it away, carry coming out. But now, Prince, I got a question to ask you, right? I got a question to ask you. Would you rather be on the blue side or would you rather be on the red side? Would you want that first pick or you want those 2 picks up early?
You see, the thing is, it's not even about the 2 picks, right? It's about the last pick. The last pick is sort of like an unexpected one, right? Something that you don't want to see happen, because if you have a last pick, it gives you the pick up something unexpected that you can play around comfortably, regardless of losing the first week, right? So it just depends on how the gameplay goes. For me, I would like to have the first pick, but on the first game to get that advantage, which Alpha Zeros have shown so far. But for the second game, let's take a quick look at how it's gonna go, how the teams are gonna ban, how the first team is gonna pick, and what they want to use to make a comeback into the gameplay, and then I can settle down and then choose my last pick comfortably, right? So that's probably the same thing that Alpha Zeros are gonna recreate here, but they might leave a couple of heroes open. Like you can see, Alcatel decided to ban out the Matilda and Lydia bans from last game, but that has left Xborg open now for Alpha Zeros. But sorry, Alcatel will be looking to take Alpha Zeros rather. The same bans were maintained for Alpha Zeros, right? You got Tigreal carry and Marsha ban. But then look, that's a good pick. Aqua once again on one of his favorite mages, the Farmis and Kai pick. Meanwhile, Alcatel will be taking in there's a lot of Kronos, the picks from Alcatel.
This is some power. I know, about to say, this is some power picks. The way you reacted, this is some power picks coming from El Cartel, right? Look at that first pick, Xborg, exactly. The most meta fighter in the current meta. Then they pick them up. Now that begs the question. Now they cannot pick up the Fredrin because Xborg against a Fredrin just asking for trouble. But they realize that and instantly pick up the Akai and then go for the Faramis for the extra bit of sustain. Look at that. This is some brilliant drafting coming in from Alpha Zeros. And now El Cartel realized that. And then they go for the Barats, which basically, when you're using Daytona's Welcome, you're immune to the heavy spin. And then you have the Minoan Fury from Minotaur, again, immune to the heavy spin when he uses that Minoan Fury. And look at that. This is the Black Dragon, Zaddy, coming out with this big Yu Zhang. And I love the first phase of the draft. This is something amazing. This is not something you see every single day. These are some power picks coming in from both teams, especially that Aqua is someone really familiar with this Faramis. So this is something, I don't know, I feel like this is, they're cooking. Let them cook, boy.
They're indeed, but there is one pick that's going to throw this whole game for Alpha Zeros, in favor of Alpha Zeros. If El Cartel don't get that,
they got to ban the Diggy.
That is the not Diggy is banned already. It's the Valentina ban. Alpha Zeros might have to get out the Valentina if they don't want to have trouble, because Valentina IMU into the Faramis pick is going to be so insane. It's already going to be tough to deal with, right? For the 3 picks we already seen, the Minotaur, the Barat, and the, they didn't ban her.
This is the Prince. The Valentina, you mentioned it, you brought it up perfectly, right? Valentina is 100% counter. It's basically a counter to Faramis. The reason Valentina is in the meta is because Faramis is in the meta. As long as Faramis will be in the meta, Valentina will always have her place. Yes, because you can steal many ultimates, but this cult ultra from Faramis is just too valuable of an ultimate. And now leaving it open, oh my god. I mean, if El Cartel realize it and pick it up,
it's gonna be a big game changer for them. It's gonna be a big change. But Alpha Zeros do taking some unexpected picks here. The Angela pick. When you think about it, Angela plus Akai or Angela plus Yuzhong is a good way to go, right? There's a lot of sustain, a lot of heal, a lot of mobility. So there's still a lot to look out for. But then El Cartel.
Oh, I love this hair. Oh my god! Oh no, El Cartel! What are you doing? This is some nasty stuff.
This is wild.
This is nasty. Oh my god! If they lock in those two heroes, okay. For those of you who are watching, right? Those of you in the chat, you're asking us, why are you crazy? You know, they probably could have picked the Layla. Layla's better than Harriet. You know what's wrong? Where's the Wanwan? Where's the Iritel? You know, where's the Mia? I'll tell you. Why Harriet is such a strong goal laner. I mean, you can argue Moscow as well, but let me tell you, for those who are watching, why Harriet is the strongest goal laner right now, at least in my opinion, because he's a mage, first of all, that can play in the gold lane, scales really amazingly, short cooldowns, basically has unlimited dash when he has his Amon Force drop, and let's not forget he is 100% counter to every marksman in the game. He has that range advantage, and you cannot buy Wind of Nature for magic damage. So how are you going to stop this Harriet? And they pick up this Valentina just like you said, Prince, and I don't know how they're going to deal with it, but I got you picking up this Iritel, and along with the Angela. I mean, it was a long time ago, Iritel-Angela combo was pretty strong. But looking at the draft, before you say anything, Prince, I know for a fact I'm going with El Cartel for this game because they have some nasty drafts coming in.
Nasty drafts coming in, man. I mean, let's forget about the Faramis, copying of the ultimate from Valentina first, and let's look at the other opportunities that she has. She can still pick up the Angela's ultimate. She can still pick up Yuzhong. She can still pick up the heavy spin from Akai. So there's just a huge open pool of game for Valentina. Like this entire draft for El Cartel is based around the Valentina and the Harriet pick, because you can see 3 sustained heroes right there on the front line, and even just to find it a little bit hard to get in there because Harriet has a lot of mobility, and then couple that up with the Purify that he has on there, it's going to be a little bit hard to catch him. But let's see how well El Cartel can this gameplay. They already have the draft, in my opinion. It's looking like a very, very good game, but Alpha Zeros are still a team that you just can't underestimate. They have reasons for leaving these heroes open, right, and prepared to serve the consequence. So let's see how well they deal with this matchup, right? Game number 2, ladies and gentlemen, Alpha Zeros versus El Cartel, WEC 2024 Grand Finals. And let's get on with the gameplay, see what we have going in so far. Similar startup from the last game, just time farming. We've got the minions just arriving on the lanes a little bit later though, unless I'm the one that's missing something. But nothing too much to worry about, right? Lisa Wanderer on the top side of the map. Kai and Faramis already in position. Yeah, it looks like they are. That's another thing that Alpha Zeros love to do, right? Going in for the invade. They did have Aroma Chronos. You might not know this, right? But Alpha Zeros had. Oh, you have a first blood?
Almost a dead F. Oh, look, did they steal? No, they didn't even steal the blue buff. No, they tried that. But yeah, you were saying something. You were saying something, Prince.
You might not know this about Alpha Zeros, right? But they did have a roamer, a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of months ago. Sorry, his name was Rockstar Alpha. Very, very good roamer. I'll give him that, right? And when he plays for literally any team, for right, Alpha Zero, Suicide Squad, Oasis, he has this habit of invading enemy junglers early on with his Grok especially. So that always gave his team an added advantage, keeping the enemy, forcing the enemy jungler to use the Recce early, the jungle get it stolen is a very, very good way to start up a game. But that's just about it, right? And we've got some action coming out here soon.
Look at that, Daytona as well. Could spin. That is first blood, ladies and gentlemen. They're going in towards the side of El Cartel. Look at Kynera will have to run away. And El Patron chasing down Big Daddy Hades. This Panda better run for because Poe, he needs to get out of here. This is not Kung Fu Panda. This is the land of Dawn. Void Haka chasing him. And now look at that. The turtle is up. They're going to focus their attention onto the turtle, right, Prince Kill. And I was about to say, how did Alpha Zeros let El Cartel get away with such a great and absolutely brilliant draft? And now for a fact that they want to go invade. Look at that. He didn't use his retribution for the turtle. And El Patron about to reach level 4. He has the Minon Fury. Yes, he has. Oh, but he's able to dash out of there. He still gets his blue buff. Aqua wants to go in. Shadow Stampede. Black Dragon coming out. Zaddy will be see. And there it is. He uses the Cult Alter, and now we can see Heavy Spin coming out. Daytona
Heavy Spin onto Barat.
Not really enough. Oh my god. They get the kill on towards Barat. So pardon me, folks, not Cult Alter anymore. I keep getting confused. It is NetherRealm. That's what its Firearms Ult is called. But look at that. These Alpha Zeros, even though they have such a big disadvantage in the draft, they're still able to come out on top.
That's that. It is. They were able to come out on top, right? But for now, you were asking how Alpha Zeros let El Cartel get away with such a very, very good draft. It was all about the heroes that they saw in the last game, right? They still maintain the same bands, anyways. Actually, keeping up with the Tigro, Masha. They really want to see those heroes being played there by El Cartel. I believe those are like some targeted picks towards a couple of the players from El Cartel, but then leaving Minotaur, leaving Barat, Xborg open was just asking for trouble. But if you ask me, Alpha Zeros are dealing with this pretty well. They already have 1 kill, and they did lose the 2 turtles, but they're still holding on. We'll take a very, very brief pause, and we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Back
Brunos, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Back into the game, I was about to say, and look at the way it's going, right? Zaddy versus Dark Lord, something we'd like to see. And again, highlighting about what you were talking about earlier, right, Prince, about how they let them get away with Xborg, a Minotaur, and a Barat in the same team, and now the Turtles spawn. Look at them; they're roaming like a unit. Totally, it's the Ube composition we love to see. An El Patron here, this time on the Minotaur. doesn't really have to provide so many engages. He has more of a support role, but he has to just heal his teammate up and then just disengage when Hakai uses the heavy spin. And right now, Turtle being started up and Black Dragon coming in seems like they will have to back off. Yes, they try, but going in. He gets the Daytona's welcome. Will he use the Retribution? Yes, on time. There it is. NetherRealm. Zaman Force being dropped as well. And Rain is just dashing in and out. Minotaur with the big Minoan Fury knocks up 4. They get a kill on towards I Got You is the first one to fall. Meanwhile, Heartguard on towards Zaddy right now, and this Black Dragon will get a kill onto Void Haka. They pick up 1 for a possible 2, but still on the other side, Team El Cartel do get the turtle. However, I don't know. I missed the kill on Void Haka or El Cartel. I'm not El Patron. I'm not sure which I missed. But Prince, you missed after all this. The kill.
The kill was on the kill.
About to say, still, after all we've talked about how they got these big draft, Alpha Zeros still have the gold lead. How did they do it?
That's just a question, right? Do they do it? This is what I was saying early on, right? Alpha Zeros, they know when they're drafting. They know how to deal with the consequences of whatever they left over. Deadness Welcome gets out onto Akai after a heavy spin. Valentina, we have enough from El Cartel.
Oh my god, El Cartel, they're getting the kills just to get it back up. The Zaman Force was beautiful. Rain with the right rotations. I know I know I'm a little bit biased towards Harriet, but I love the rotations coming in from Rain this game, and I Got You just doesn't have a way to get it done. But look at that. There's the Petrify combination with the Furious Dive. Black Dragon from Void Haka will be falling. No! That is the Netherrealm, but he moved out a little too early and he falls. But this time the Netherrealm of their own coming in from the side of Alpha Zero. Zaddy is just biting off more than he can chew. He's about to go down. There it is. Last thing is Zaddy. Will he get the kill? Yes, he does. And look at Chimera just about to go down. El Patron flickers quite aggressively for him. Will they get the kill? Yes, they do. And Dark Lord being pinned to the wall by the heavy spin. Aqua with the Shadow Stampede. He's still getting away. Both of them with slightest bit of HP. El Patron going in. But look how I Got You once again with a heavy crossbow, just trying to get as much as they can. But dead AFK, he gets that kill. Dark Lord is gonna fall. Oh my god, that was such an extended team fight, Prince. What's going on? It's just haywire.
I have no idea. This is just that was like that fight was actually uncalled for, but cut that fight as much as it could. Zeros came in clutch, right, with a heavy spin from Akai, but now we've got to fight for the turtle, dude. That knows welcome onto Akai, sends him another turret. We've got the turtle easily secured by Void Haka, but Akai will get taken down by Rain. Got more fights coming out here. Use on with the Black Dragon, looking for an opportunity. The realm coming out now from Valentina. We've got Last Insanity from Xborg. There we go. Do we have any kills yet? There's a lot of damage being dealt. Irrital, I Got You gets taken. Infamous will escape.
I don't know.
A couple of health left. But Dark Lord and Yuzhong still going against each other. And the mid lane,
look at the mid lane though,
taken down.
Yeah, look at that. They're pulling Zaman Force just to get that. They're using it. They're using Zaman Force just to get it. And you're right, Prince. You know, they're using the entire fights around the mid lane, around these neutral objectives. And it's about to say, I Got You. He used the heavy crossbow. Usually when you use the heavy crossbow, you got to dash, right? So usually when you're an Irrital player, you want to dash away from the fight to deal the damage because you're a marksman, just so squishy. But I Got You all this time. The 4 times he has died, he's been trying to go into the team fights. We should not be doing. You should move away from the team. Yeah. So if you want to get into the fights, you got to move away first to be able to deal damage. And look at that Terrify coming in. Minoan Fury, the Black Dragon will fall to this little mage in Harriet. Look at that. That is just Harriet is so little, and then the Black Dragon is so big. But Rain, I'm not sure what he's thinking. He's not moving at all. It seems to be AFK, but they're not requesting for a pause. The heavy spin comes out, and look at that. NetherRealm is coming out, and we see Aqua NetherRealm of his own. Rain gets shut down. And look at that. That is some beautiful gameplay coming in from the side of both the teams. Yes, they request for a pause. That's because the Rain was AFK clearly, but they didn't request it early enough. And now, folks, don't forget, we want to be... we will try and take a break, right? But before that, Prince, let's keep the audience engaged for a little bit, right? Let's understand what happened in this team fight. So let's break it down for them. I feel like in this team fights, Harith has been so important, right? Harith has been so important. Every time there's a team fight, he is there. Every time there's a shutdown, he's getting the kill. And same thing with El Patron with this Minotaur. Minoan Fury is on point. What do you think is going wrong with Alpha Zeros? We clearly know the draft is found El Cartel and they're executing it really well. Alpha Zero somehow able to get the gold lead back up again, but what do you think they're doing wrong in the team fights? Because one thing I pointed out is I got you with the heavy crossbow needs to be dashing out and not dashing in. So apart from that, I feel like the Angela's ultimate has been so. I mean, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen so much of it. It's not doing so much work.
Has been using it a couple of times, right? I remember Angela using it once on Akai when he got the heavy spin onto Valentina, somewhere close to the middle there, but it was too much of an early ultimate, and Barat's welcome, the Deathno's welcome, was a quick reaction there from their team to get Akai in, and it quickly gave them the opportunity, right? The being is that El Cartel are able to focus on the important heroes, get them off the team fight, and then create room for Harris to deal as much damage as he wants. Because if you notice, Yuzhong hasn't been able to pin down Harris at all because of the Purify that he has. So the Petrify combo won't work, right? The basic thing to think about right now is that Yuzhong needs to bait out the Purify from Harris before he can land the Petrify combo. And that gives them the advantage to get the fight out. But until he learns to, fix this error, he's going to have trouble dealing with Harris. And as soon as the heavy spin comes out from Akai onto Barat, it's going to be easier for Harris to deal as much damage as he wants. The Zaman Force also comes in with a lot of slow, so it's going to make it a lot harder for Alpha Zeros to move around the map and get away from the team fights, and that just gives them the advantage that they need. That's the only problem that having in the team. A lot of slow coming out from El Cartel, and yeah, that's pretty much the advantage that they have. So going back into the game after the pause, hopefully Rain has had his network issues fixed, but we've got Xborg though had trouble on the mid lane.
Petrify.
Zhong. And that's a fight.
It's just beautiful play, right? That's a beautiful fight. Right on time, Zaddy. Zaddy with the perfect Petrify coming in, using it at the right time. Look at El Patron. He wants to go in. He's going with the Minoan Fury. That's quite early. The Monforce being dropped. Heavy Spin comes out as well. Aqua has the Nether Realm, and he has the Heart Guard on him. Will they do the damage? There's the Synchro Fission. White Hawk taken too low. They fall down. Rain is the first one to go. And see, don't have the damage right now. Void Hawk just running for his life. Seems like, look at I got you with the emotes coming out right now. They know it's the late game. They're moving like a unit. And now when the side of Team El Cartel don't have everyone together, that is time for Alpha Zeros to move in. And look at the itemization and early Athena shield coming in from Big Daddy Hades, along with that their Dreadnought armor. Meanwhile, on the other side, Harith, the Rain picking up the Starlium sight, the Feather of Heaven, so you know he's going to hurt, but at the same time, Haas's Claws, Berserker's Fury coming out, and look at that Necklace of Durance. There it is, Dominant Size, just to provide that anti-heal that they need, and I feel like Dark Lord needs to step up a little bit more in this game, because you have such a powerful hero with this Xborg, so you need to be zoning the teams much better, because he is the front line that they need. He needs to be the peel for the rest of the team. Only then will they be able to do something, but right now the Lord marching down the mid lane, Prince.
Or marching down the mid lane. Yuzhong has been doing very well in this tournament. He does have a 5-2-3 KD. We have a fight coming out here, going in with the Petrify combo. Lands one on Minotaur, but the Minoan Fury underneath the tower. Here's the Black Dragon, called Nether Realm one more time now from Faramis to keep his team alive, but it's going to be for the fight. Good defense all around from El Cartel, but they're still chasing. There's a combo.
They're going in.
Once again coming out. They're going in really, really well. The last instance from Xborg to get the kill onto Angela. That just leaves Yuzhong and Faramis to retreat with a 3-kill wipe out.
Zaman Force still has the damage.
Harris is not done. Rain is not done. He does have the damage.
Oh,
flicker.
He goes in. Oh my God, so aggressive coming in from Team El Cartel, right? They had the beautiful defense. Now they're going on the offense immediately. Big Daddy Hades, he might have to use the heavy spin to protect his turret. He doesn't have it. He's not going to be able to use it. I got you. Just pick up the Wind Talker right now. Get the attack speed, get that crit damage that they need. And that's the discipline that Alpha Zeros don't have. They went all in for the mid lane, taunting the opponents. They weren't able to push both sides. And look at that. They're still able to keep their tier 2s unless the minions in the bot wave will have to clear it out. Seems like they're still able to keep it. Yes, they will. Not one single tier 2 turret being taken down, and Alpha Zeros really need to pick themselves back up, because right now, the way that it is going, I feel like the Alpha Zeros really need to step up to the plate. They've been champions for 2 years, and if I was them, I would want to go for a clean sweep. But meanwhile, El Cartel, oh, look at Zaddy's position, go petrified with the Fear Staff coming in, but Dark Lord, the wrong target. Look at that, he's going in, Black Dragon form. He has to back out. Minoan Fury! Oh my god, gets them, and you can see NetherRealm coming in. Coming in heavy, spins the on force being dropped as well. There it is, the hard guard. Black Dragon coming in from the Valentina this time. They get the kill on towards Zaddy, and that's a double kill. I got you. This Herod is raining down fire coming in rain. 8-5 on his KDA, 18-11 kill score. And look at the goal lead. They finally got it back up. 38.5 versus 35.9. For the first time in the game, El Cartel have a goal lead, and it is on the backs of their goal laner, Rain. And that is why, folks, Herod is such an awesome goal laner. You guys should try him in your rank games. What do you think, Prince?
Oh, he is doing very, very well in this match. I have to give him that. Like, so far, 8-2 and 3 KDA is not easy to maintain in a tournament match like this. The Alpha Zeros haven't been able to get their hands and, just take from a team fight. And that's what we've been saying before. The whole draft is based around Valentina and Harriet, and they've been able to do that so well. A couple of backlashes here and there, taking out the objectives, but they're still holding down their own with all their mid lane tier 2 towers still standing and pushing on forward, forcing Alpha Zeros all the way to the back. All that's left is to just get a couple more of those torrents, force Alpha Zeros into the inhibitors, and El Cartel just might have this game on their hands. It's looking very, very good for them. I love the Minoan Fury that came out in the last team fight we just saw, along with the flicker to catch the rest of Alpha Zeros off guard. That was an insane game. Combo that with the Zaman from Harris, and they are looking so good right now. It's going to be a lot harder for Alpha Zeros to defend if El Cartel somehow managed to get even just one Lord, right? Would be so much of a huge edge for them to try and end the game, and we just have to wait and see how well that actually goes. But far so good, El Cartel, they're making a good push. It's looking very, very good for them for now.
I mean, given the fact that they have such a brilliant draft, I would be surprised if they actually lost this game, right? So they did get beat somewhere in the mid game, and now they're picking themselves back up. They got to make that push towards the end game. They have to take this game to make it 1-1, so that they have a chance to not get swept entirely by the side of Team Alpha Zero, who've been dominating this entire Mobile Legends scene in Nigeria for quite a long time. Like you mentioned, Prince, the past 2 years. And obviously, El Cartel losing to them in the upper brackets will hurt quite a bit. And let's not forget, they want that revenge. And speaking of revenge, they got this big minion wave down the mid lane. They want to go for it. Seems like Big Daddy Hades will be able to defend along with the rest of his teammates. The Lord is up in about 5 seconds. They should be going for the Lord, and they call it a day and just get it and make it easy for themselves. But meanwhile, the rest of the team is following up. Look at that. They're getting the Lorded. And Prince, I think there's a big team fight that's about to brew.
Indeed, there's a big team fight. Void Haka's looking for a way to get through and get to that Lord to land the heavy spin. But here he's strong and might be able to make that happen. There's another first from Farmers on the sides of Alpha Zeros. We've got a fight coming out here, ladies and gentlemen. X-Board, Last Insanity gets a kill on Akai. That's the first kill that we'll see get taken down there. But Harriet finally gets shot down by I Got You.
And this is what they've been looking for at Alpha Zeros.
This is what they've been looking for.
That's the double. Make that a triple. Can we see it? El Patron. Look at I Got You just kiting everything away. I have the crossbow once again. Will he get it? Oh my god, I Got You just kiting perfectly. This is what the Irrital is all about, right? Yes, you lose to a Herod, but the kiting ability from the Irrital, you can move while you do the basic attacks. That means so much, and that is why they're able to get those 2 kills. Big Daddy Hades the one to fall, but that is the jungler, so they shouldn't be able to take the Lord. And Void Hawk are realizing that, but look at that, he might be in trouble. Patron, does he go for the Minoan Fury? Yes, he does, but they're ignoring that Black Dragon form along with the hard card. He's so low, Void Hawk Alpha still able to survive? No, he does not. Zaman Force Rain is here. Here comes the cavalry. I got you. Maybe we'll go down. Wind of Nature, not sure it's the right one to use. Last Insanity, Dark Lord gets a kill on towards I got you. I'm not sure what that Wind of Nature was for from I got you, but he didn't use it rightly because that's magic damage, folks. You cannot stop that. That is the reason Herrick is such a great goal laner. And now Alpha Zeros will have to back out. They cannot pick this fight. They don't have the damage. And realizing that, look at El Patron. He wants some more beef. You cannot do anything. The Zaman for drop once again. He wants so much. Rain is just out for blood. Seems like he took that loss in the upper bracket of the league. And now look at that Black Dragon form coming in from Zaddy and Prince. I feel like this is going to be it. The Nether Realm being used as well. That AFK was so low. Minnow and Fury, do we want to see it go this extended team fight? Zaman Force once again, such short cooldowns that there is Daytona's Welcome being used. Will we see this fight being extended? Nether Realm from Aqua is still there. Big Daddy Hades being chased by Dark Lord, but the last thing is that he will pop that and they will go down. This should be clear for them to go for the board. Where I got you's back again. He gets the kill. This is such an extended team fight.
Lovely to see. The fact that Alcatel are just holding their own. They've maintained the team fight, right? They've held it out so much. They disturbed Alpha Zeros from trying to get their hands on the Lord, and now they have the opportunity that they're looking for. And there's not even going to be a contest about it, right? Yuzhong is just trying to focus on clearing the minion wave, not even ready to bother about the Lord. They don't even have, the retribution to steal it if they could, and it's looking so good now for Alcatel. The top lane has already been taken down for Alpha Zeros, right? The top inhibitor. So that's going to be where the Lord will push down from. And we're about to see the game close in on an ending, if possible, right? Just waiting for the rotations now from Alcatel. El Patron getting into position, moving towards the bottom side of the map. But I believe that if Alcatel want to get this game, they just need to focus on the opposite lanes with which the Lord is pushing, because that's just going to be a distraction. Alpha Zeros have to defend that Lord before it goes down all the way to the base, which will give room for Tel to prioritize the bottom lane, possibly the bottom lane inhibitors, turrets falling all across the map now in favor of Alcatel. They're looking for the advantage, any advantage that they can get, and that's going to be it. All the way towards the bottom inhibitor now. Defense coming out from Alpha Zeros. Alpha Zeros have finally been pushed back all the way, and they're going to have to defend from here on out with the huge influx of minions coming in. Are we going to have a fight? I feel like we might have a fight there. Kind of going in with a couple of damage items though. The Ice Queen 1 to look for some slow to lay out in team fights. That's going to be very, very important sometime later on. It's been such a good match. The team fights have always been, from one side to the other, always shifting.
Fury
gets taken by the Death welcome, but here's
the Black Dragon going in. Black Dragon going in, heavy spin being used to disengage. Nether Realm is there, Furious dive. Look at that, they want to go, but there's Zaman Force being dropped. But at the same time, Nether Realm is there along with the hard guard. There it is, coming a Queen. This Irithel wants to get the kill, but Rain getting the first kill on towards Zaddy, but he will fall down. And so will El Patron. That's a double kill, but they get the third, and that's Dark Lord. Will we see a wipeout? Hades going, oh my god, Void Hawk, my bad, going down as well.
This is a possible end. This is a possible end. With just 1 minion, can
it's possible. Look at the minions.
It's just one, and that's all they need. Angela is there to defend, though. Okay, might be looking to take a couple of damage from that turret. Oh, never mind.
He's able to save it. He's able to save
it. The main lane. Valentina's the only one. Valentina, the only one left to defend. Angela's still staying at the base. There's the Nether Realm coming out from Vermis. Keep the team alive, ladies and gentlemen. The lesson about this. Oh my Kronos. This is looking like a 3-0 deficit now for El. This is not how we want this night to go. This is not how we want this to go.
Oh my god, El Cartel. You had everything you needed. You had the tools. Look at that. You had all the medals. Everyone in your team has a gold. You had the mid laner. You had the gold laner. You had the roamer. You had the jungler. The EXP was there. Everything was going perfectly. But just goes to show that communication is so important in these big matches. Alpha Zeros had that one thing. The only thing they had was communication in their team fights, and that was the biggest problem for the side of Team El Cartel. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, even though you're winning, and you have, even the opposition is winning, they have the best heroes in their team. If your team has a Zilong that's gonna push all the way, you can still win. And that's what they did. They didn't have a Zilong, but they did have them to push towards the mid lane, and they called that even. But still, Alpha Zeros getting 2-0 kill score. I mean, to the game score. And Prince, what else you got to say about that? I don't have much to say. El Cartel threw their victory.
Anything I have else to say will be said after the very, very brief break, Chronos. So let's take a very short break and we will dive right into the analysis that we're gonna give for this second game, because it indeed was a very, very interesting match to watch. So let's take a quick 2-minute break to get the look set, and we will be right back. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen.
That's my reaction, Prince. That's my reaction to the second game. Jesus, what happened, right? What happened? El Cartel, what did you do? You had everything in your arsenal, and they threw it all. And they threw it all away. And I think that was something they should have not done. But at the same time, the way that it was going about, I feel like Alpha Zero.
And that's how we saw him win game number.
Game number 3. Will this be the last stand for El Cartel, or will we see that magical reverse sweep in this fairy tale Cinderella story coming in, going into the upper brackets, being knocked out by the grand finalists in Alpha Zeros, the top team, and now making their way from the lower bracket to the lower bracket finals, beating Izanami no Kami, coming back to the grand finals just to face Alpha Zeros once again, going down first 2 games. Will we see them with this Cinderella story of a reverse sweep from here? Will they be able to take these 3 games? If not 3, at least 1 game. Can we see that come out from El Cartel? Because I know they're good enough to play at least 1 game out of Alpha Zeros. But meanwhile, that's only a story for us to tell if they win. It's not yet a true story, folks. I know you guys want to see El Cartel win, for those of you fans that are here in the chat. But right now, we see these bands, the Masha, the Carrie, the Matilda, the Minotaur. I have to, like you said, Prince, I think they're going to ban out that Herod.
I think so too, but maybe not now. They could still test it to see, because a Harriet first pick will definitely incur a quick counter, like the Phobias or Kofra even. A couple of heroes make it very, very hard for Harriet to damage, so might not go for the pick early on. If bans, you can tell that this is going to be mid and still the ban. A bit toxic.
Now when you take picks that coming, Aqua once again, Leah, go, or Aqua, Woody's fan, and only get that kill Herbo.
We fight, so you don't have to.
Now a guy
Your
enters
team
the
is
scene.
picking.
Pain is the proof that I'm still alive.
Your team
I
is
do
banned.
what I want to do.
So yeah, looking at how it gone down, right, Prince? Sorry for the little trouble, ladies and gentlemen, that you had in the background. We had some technical issues, but we're live. We're taking it, and so are Alpha Zeros and El Cartel. But Alpha Zeros, oh my God, they've got the story to tell. The dominant force in this tournament so far, knocking everybody down, left, right, center, and going jab, punched all the way. And now look at and then they realize that El Cartel. I know El Cartel realized that, and then they said, "What?" Said, "Hey guys, I'm done. I want to play my Martis. You give me this, and then we will win." That's what he said, and they gave him this early Martis, and now they have a switch in their EXP laner as well. They got Crest on this X-Borg. Meanwhile, the second phase of the ban is over. The Faramis is out, the Tigreal is out, the Dyrot, the Ixia, all of them taken off the table. But look at the picks coming out from Alpha Zero, right? You think that's this dominant team? They got Aqua on this year, Chimera with this Raphael, Big Daddy Hades going with that big fat panda in Kung Fu Panda the Po. Akai, Zaddy going in for this wonderful, beautiful mate that everybody loves in the land of Dawn. Esmeralda, my favorite character, you can say. And then you got Leslie, the ultimate sniper, coming out from I Got You. True damage all the way, enough front line. They got the mobility, they got the damage. Meanwhile, on the side of El Cartel, look at that crest coming in with the export. Void Hawker with his comfort pick, this Martis. Rain wants to go for this big bad Brody, and Dead AFK with the Novaria and El Patrona picking up this Ruby. I like the draft coming in from both teams. I like El Cartel a little bit more again this time, but Prince, we saw what happened last game. What do you guys think? What's your pick?
We did see what happened last game. They had the draft and they still lost it. And they have the draft once again. Right? The Xborg into Esmeralda pick is quite good. He does deal a huge amount of damage, so Esmeralda's shield might not be able to hold up. But then the Ruby pick is another very crucial one, right? It makes it easy to deal with Esmeralda when she comes in. But once again, the Akai has been left open, and he has been a key figure to securing the wins for Alpha Zeros. So I'm still surprised that El Catel left Akai open for Alpha Zeros for Big Daddy Hades to pick. So it really doesn't matter what the draft that El Catel have on. As long as Hades has his hands on Akai, any draft that they pick is possible to work. That's all I can see at this point. But let's just see if El Catel can turn things around. We have seen a change in players, like Crest is coming in now to replace the former EXP player. So let's see if there's going to be much of a difference in this game. The major thing is that Crest really loves to go with Yujon, but in this match, Alpha Zeros paid attention and they realized that there was a change in players. So banning out the Yujon, but even if there wasn't a change, right? Banning out the Yujon is always a good way to go, especially when you're trying to play a hero that has a little amount of mobility, such as Leslie. So it's gonna be a lot harder now for El Catel to get anywhere near Leslie. And believe me, Leslie skills into the late game very, very well with the damage that she deals. Gets a couple of items of Berserker Fury, Blade of Despair, and she will be looking good to go. You can see the damage already coming out now from her onto Reigns Brody. But this is gonna be a very, very tough one. We've seen El Catel make a huge comeback with that Brody pick, and it's gonna be something very, very interesting to watch. I believe the Brody turn-apart memory, that's a huge damage dealer. So let's see how well this game goes for El Catel. They have a good draft, and so does Alpha Zeros, but it's possible that we see a comeback match, right, Kronos?
Hey, like I said, we want to see that Cinderella story. We want to see that reverse sweep coming out. We've always seen sweeps in this tournament, right? The WEC 2024 Road to Riyadh, brought to you by World Esports, IESF, and Nigeria Esports Federation. Let's not forget, right, Prince Kill, who is alongside me, and I am Kronos. We are bringing the action, and like Prince said, we want to see that something that's possible of the reverse sweep. El Cartel still have time. They still have the mentality. We know they're good. It just comes to the fact that do they have the communication? And it seems like they gotta sort something out in their teams, because now the turtle is up. And look at Kynera. I'm not sure what Kynera is doing. I think Kynera is lagging maybe. But at the same time, Zaddy being brought low, already level 4, and Crest and Dead AFK will want to get to that level 4 power spike so they can fight for this turtle, while Big Daddy Hades still has the heavy spin. I think it's 3 out of 3. And look at that, they're forcing the flicker out of El Patron quite early, and there it is. That's the heavy spin coming in. Esmeralda, the falling star moon, but still Void Haka gets the turtle. First blood going in on towards the bot side on Rain off camera, but Void Haka will fall at the same time. El Patron providing the peel for his team. Zaddy wants a little bit more. This mage wants to dance her way into the back line, not able to do so, being checked by Crest right there. And look at that, Crest has his Faraga armor pop. And once again, 1-1, we are at dead even. The gold is not so much, but Void Aka getting the upper hand on this retribution battle so far in this series, right? And I wanted to ask you, Prince, is this the third Akai on the hand of Big Daddy 80s we're seeing in the series?
I believe so. Yes, this is the third Akai that we've seen. We've seen him in the first game. He was also there in the second game. So that's why I said I'm still surprised that El Catel allowed Hades. No, this is the second one. Excuse me. This is the second one. The first game we saw Frederick pick from Alpha Zeros, and they were still able to capitalize. They were big because Akai was banned, as I recall, for the first game. So yeah, but this is the reason why they actually banned Akai, regardless, and they're still able to pull up a win. The thing here is that it's looking more of a gameplay where if Alpha Zeros are able to dominate on every other aspect of the match, the turtle objectives, Brody will always have an advantage over Leslie because of the fact that he's able to hit those stacks, the abyssal stacks, and then once he gets that, the total pop memory will just be easy to hit up. And we've got a fight coming on here
Void
from
Hawk,
Martis gets taken down by Aqua. Here's Ruby coming in now with
El
crowd
Patron
control.
misses the flicker. He misses the flicker. Look at that. Oh my
In the tough spot
god.
where he gets the kill.
It's just falling apart. El Cartel are falling apart. El Cartel falling apart, but Alpha Zeros, they pick up the kills, right, Prince? Look at that. They pick up the kills, and Alpatron getting more. They got 4 kills. I thought they were falling apart, but they brought themselves back from the dead after losing out, and then now they're getting the turtle once again. What's going on? It's just confusing.
It is confusing for me. I don't even know where to start, but believe me, El Cartel are looking to get this game as bad as they can. 5 kills to 3 in 4 minutes. They're going in very, very aggressive. But that is how you want to play when you're playing with a hero like Martis. He has a crowd control immunity to get away from the heavy spin from Akai in team fight. So that will be a huge advantage. And then talking about Rain. Rain is just amazing in the early game. Crest might be in some trouble here from Aquazadi and Chimera, but able to reposition to the safety of the tier 2 tower. Novara coming in to assist. But as I was saying, Brody is going to have it easy to deal with Leslie, especially with the fact that he has Ruby alongside him, and they might be able to get their hands on this tier 1 turret now. Ruby is trying to go in, looking to engage onto I Got You. Void Hacker's going to come in as well, but Leslie will reposition, gets into safety, but at the deficit of the bottom lane tier 1 tower. We do have a fight coming on here, though, a chase for Martis, and it looks like Martis will be going with a bit of a hybrid build, right? We can already see the Molten Essence on him before the Hunter Strike, depending on what he's aiming to play here, right? I don't know, what do you think Martis is trying to get to achieve in this game?
I think Martis in this game, right, rightly said as well, but never mind. Here's a team fight that's going on. There's Black Shoes being used by Aqua, just trying to get away. El Patron trying to provide the peel for his team, but I don't think it's needed at this point. He's just biting off unnecessary damage, but at the same time doing as much as they can and coming back to what this Martis is looking for, right? I know he wants to build damage. Like, you have the Assassin Emblem, you have the Penetration. Look, it went for the Fury Hammer early, went for the Molten Essence to provide an extra bit of HP, a little faster jungle clear, at the same time now going for another dagger. So you know he's going to build damage. I want to see maybe a Hunter Strike and then go for a Blade of Despair coming out just to show that he has the damage with that Decimate, can use the extra bit of true damage that comes in. And this will be good, but meanwhile, at the same time, Crest with the sprint. I'm not sure what he is thinking. X-Borg with the sprint. Maybe he likes that more comfortable on it, but there it is CC Immune coming in from Void Haka, going for the Mortal Coil, and dead AFK towards the backline. Look at Zaddy going and forcing the flicker. El Patron coming in once again. Aqua taken so low, but there it is. The Black Shoes not in the right spot, using the Purifier to get out of harm's way, but too little, too late. Heavy spin coming out, lasting insanity will take it down. Crest is going to the back. There's the sprint we're talking about. Will he be able to get away? Yes, he is. And there it is. Don't run Wolf's King coming out from El Patron. Big Daddy Hades, is he about to fall? Void Hawk, I'm not sure what he's thinking. He went into the turret. Will go down to Rafaela. And this is such a scrappy fight. I'm not sure what Void Hawk is thinking. His team is putting in all the stops, but the jungler's on a 0-3-1. And look at Zad. He's going to the backline, dancing completely, but will fall even after using the Falling Star Moon. And I don't know what's going on with Void Haka in this game, Prince, but I feel like Void Haka really needs to start picking up the pace. It's 0-3-1 on a Martis. His team is putting in the work for him, but once this Martis gets going, it'll be unstoppable because he has to decimate, but the way he's playing, I don't think that's how you should be playing a Martis, folks.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, maybe he's just not, into a comfortable position just yet with the Martis, because there are games like that, right? I do remember a match in the M5 tournament just concluded in December last year with Kyrie, one of the best jungle players in the entire Nordics community, as we know it. He didn't have a very, very good jungle game, but with the Marsha in the last game that should have won them the match. But that doesn't mean that their team is going to lose, right? Void Hacker might be having some troubles for now, but if he can make the comeback that we can see, it looks like he's going in with the damage Mortal Coil coming in. Still doing a lot of damage.
But heavy spin, little too late. They get the kill though. They did get El Patron, the pin to the wall. And Void Haka, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Prince Kill comparing Void Haka to the one and only Kyrie from IESF Esports in Indonesia. So he has some big shoes to fill in, but right now, look at that. The deadly ultimate sniper coming out from Leslie. I got you just to be saving Dead AFK, but at the same time, they're going in for the mid lane turret. And seems like Prince Kill got big hopes for Void Haka. I don't know. I don't want to be comparing Void Haka to Kyrie, but the possibility is there. I understand where you're coming from. The possibility is always there.
It's not a comparison. No, it's not a comparison. It's more of like, when junglers are having problems in the match, right? You need to remember that it's not just one person. Like, it happens to the best of the best, right? There will be times when you just don't know what you're playing. You're just trying to do your best. So, like, I was just giving, a bit of a similarity to something.
Look at Zaddy.
Because Zaddy in a little bit of trouble.
Zaddy going to the back line. Oh, they get Aqua. And they get Zaddy again. There it is. This is Void Haka we're talking about. We want to see. That's the decimation. Will you see another one? Yes, we do. Double kill going on towards Rain. Kynera will fall. No, Kynera's able to survive. Kynera with the slightest bit of HP. Thanks to the holy baptism. Oh, the snipe misses as well.
Oh, the snipe missed.
The big team fight coming out. But yes, Prince Kill, I know. I was just joking. I was just pulling your leg, my friend. Don't take it.
It's all good. It's all good.
I know. I know that every team, you have jungler is the one that's carrying the team, but also the team has to carry the jungler when the jungler is not having a good time, and that's a perfect example. Look at Void Haka bounce back immediately, get the lore. Now he has 2 kills, 3 assists. Yes, he died 3 times in the early to mid game, but now this is where you need him to come alive, and he is alive and well. And now they need to pull out all the stops. The way that El Cartel are going this game, much more dominant than the first 2 games, even though they had the better draft in the second game. They're still much better. Look at that. They're about 5K goal lead. The Lord marching down the bot lane. And take us through the items, Prince.
The items for Brody right now are absolutely insane. With an 8K gold cap for now, with the CC Hubbard and the Blade of the Spirit, that's a huge amount of damage coming in from Rain. And this gold laner is absolutely unstoppable right now with 716 KDA. He is fed. He is the key Cartel winning this game. But I do have to say I appreciate the gameplay Crescent from that FAK. He does have the enchanted talisman. We got a fight going on here on the bottom lane with the Lord pushing in. Novera taken down real quick before any much damage can be taken out.
Yeah, and right now you want to see how Void Haka just still trying to do as much, but they spot him out. He takes the red buff and gets away. The Lord was burst a little too early, but they were able to get they're not able to get so many other turrets though. The top still standing strong. They need to get that tier 1 turret at least to make sure they utilize the Lord. But at the same time, Alpha Zeros with a really good defense coming in. Void Haka trying to zone him away. Zaddy's been the problem for them entire game. Does have the sprint, able to heal everything back up. But look at that. They give up on the tier 1 turret, realizing it's not worth giving the kills and the advantage towards El Cartel, who've been doing really great. But at the same time, look at that Astral Recall coming out. Zaddy falling Star Moon, aggressive, and now in the wrong position. And now they got to punish. But Meek Daddy Hades going on towards El Patron with that heavy spin. They get the kill. And Zaddy was the big distraction, the big bait. Crest now will have to take the deadly sniper. Will he get taken low? Void Haka blocking the bullets as much as he can. Zaddy going to the falling Star Moon once again. Gets Rain this time. Rain able to use Corrosive Strike, getting out of harm's way. And now seems like El Cartel are on the run because Alpha Zeros are on the hunt once again. Every time El Cartel has managed, Alpha Zeros come back and look at the Black Shoes being used so aggressively, and they get the kill. They get 3, not just 1. They get Novaria, they get Void Haka as well, lasting insanity, and Big Daddy Hades will be the first one to fall from the side of Alpha Zeros. And right now, the way it's going is just haywire, and Alpha Zeros get another kill on towards I got you. Oh, that Alpha Zeros just fell down. I got you just fell down. And I don't know why they're just fighting back and forth, back and forth. But still, El Cartel have the advantage, and they have to utilize that advantage really well.
They are trying to use it as much as they can, but Aqua is looking to get a kill on Brody. He does have the black shoes available, but can't the kill. That was really close. A very, very smart move. Perfect, I tell you. But now with the Lord, the enhanced Lord available for grabs, let's see if Alpha Zeros will be looking to capitalize on this. They do have the advantage now with just one more turret ahead of El Cartel, able to push down the bottom lane all the way to the inhibitor, and with the tier 2 main and top main turrets still standing at almost about half HP. Any small push now would be a good one for Alpha Zeros, but we might get a fight very, very soon on this Lord. The Divine Glaive coming in now for Aqua, preparing for battle that looms ever so soon, but I'm still wondering how will this game go. El Cartel holding on very, very well. There's all coming out from Novaria, forcing out a team fight. Only Storm now from Esmeralda. She's looking for the damage onto X-Bulk, force out the Faraga armor, but she might be in a little trouble here.
Conceal, play heavy spin coming in. Void Haka is thirsty. Void Haka wants to go for it. But Azadi's able to get it back up. Patron is the first one to fall. Patron falling down, and Aqua goes down. Rain with that big kill. Unstoppable, godlike, and Void Haka decimate. Got the first one down, and now they should be able to get the Lord quite easily because there is no heavy spin unless I Got You and Zaddy have something else to say about it. Look at that. Crest spots him out immediately, and they're trying to do. Look at that. They're going in. That is the last thing inside. They get the Lord. Rain gets it. Zaddy trying to zone the back line. Crest does have the immortality. Will we see that immortality getting popped? No, we will not. So he lives to see another day along with the immortality. It's some good news for El Cartel because the Lord is there. It'll be marching down the top lane, or the bot lane rather, and now we will see how will they convert this advantage. This is what they had in the previous game as well, right, Prince? Will they be able to turn it around for themselves this time?
Well, I hope so. They have been able to lead the game for a majority of the game so far with a 5k gold lead and an 8k kill advantage to El Cartel. They are looking good. Prop ups to Rain for maintaining such a high standard with a 10-1 and 8 KDA. He does have the huge damage advantage, and we're gonna see push now coming out from the bottom. Void Hacker already getting the job done with the zoning onto Big Daddy Hades with the Lord getting that bottom lane tier 2. That's gonna be easily done. Heavy spin coming out from a car. We've got a fight here. Esmeralda will be looking for some damage. We're looking for an opportunity. Last insanity from Xbox. He does have the potential to keep him alive, and that will be the bottom lane inhibitor taken down with a lot of focus being paid. The Lord is still standing. Minions are still pushing. Can El Cartel turn this game around in their favor? But a wipeout here will be very, very necessary. Double kill now for Rain. Can we get a triple kill? There's still a lot of damage to be dealt. I Got You get the kill onto Ruby. Xbox getting one on Akai as well. Marches will be taken down, but the key character is still alive, and he flickers into safety. Ultimate snap now from Leslie to try and get a kill onto Perez alongside with Brody.
Oh, Zaddy! Oh, did you see that turn apart?
That was a good kill.
Oh my god!
The turn apart memory was insane.
They should be able to end it. Will we see it?
They should.
Take the base. Come on, El Cartel, you got it. Take the base. No, they want
last insanity. Wipe out.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in. El Cartel with a huge comeback, a huge one back into the game. 2-1 victory in favor of El Cartel for the second game. That deserves a problem. Yeah, that was good, Chronos. That was good.
That was some great team fight towards the end. Some great casting coming out from Prince as well, because now we know El Cartel are locked in, and look at that performance. Look at those beautiful KDAs. Look at the mage. Dead AFK 0-1-17, and Rain is 13-1 and 10. That is the two carries that you have in Crest 508. Crest 508, 23 kills in total. Oh my god. Beautiful gameplay from
that is just wonderful.
The way that they
play. The Brody gameplay. The Brody gameplay was absolutely wonderful.
The torn apart memory towards the end on towards Zaddy. Oh my god, I did not see that coming. And next thing you know, I see that torn apart memory just flying on towards Zaddy. It was clutch indeed. And the way they took this game, definitely making a mark. And now Alpha Zeros will be thinking, hey, will have the doubt in their mind, like, hey, are we losing? Are we going to give it a reverse sweep? I don't think so. But El Cartel keeping hopes alive in this best of 5 series, 2-1 right now. It's still match point for the side of Team Alpha Zeros. Will we see them taking the next game, or will we see El Cartel with the ultimate comeback? Don't go anywhere. We will be back. Stay tuned. And we will be back after the short break.
Cronus.
Prince. The way it's going, El Cartel, they give us they're like, hey, let's lose this game, and then let's give everyone the shock of the great comeback. Are we gonna see that? That's what this game 4 is all about. We saw them win game number 3. Will we see them win game number 4? Or will we see Alpha Zeros just take it all right now?
there's it's 50-50 at this point, right? It's 50-50 at this point because Alpha Zero is, yes, a dominant team, very, very professional in their objectives and focusing on everything. But then El Cartel are a team that are here to make a statement. So even if they lose out now, I still have a place in my heart that tells me that they did very, very well. They did very, very well because for the first time in a cup in a long time, they have come into a tournament where it seems like all odds were against them, but they fought all the way to the grand finals. And I believe that if they win, they deserve this win. But Alpha Zero is too much of a strong team for them to take on. They're too good. So talking about the bands, right? On to game number 4. You want to say something, Kronos? Carry on.
I want to say, Prince, you're just an Alpha Zeros fan, aren't you? You're just an Alpha Zeros fanboy. That's why.
I've seen them play.
I'm telling you.
I've seen
El
Alpha Zeros
Cartel.
play in a lot of tournaments.
El Cartel all the
I'll
way,
give it
guys.
that.
El Cartel, guys. El Cartel all the way. Put it on the chat, guys. Let's go crazy. You know who's going to win? El Cartel, Alpha Zeros. I think El Cartel are going to win. Prince Kill is on the side of Team Alpha Zeros. We don't want them. No, bro. They're not going to win today. It's El Cartel.
He's
El Cartel. Look at that. Our production is on the side of Alpha Zero, El Cartel as well. It's only Prince Kill, and then it's El Cartel that's going to be there. And we know Crest is bringing it. Look at that Crest, the sprint on the export. We doubted it, but he got it all. And then Rain, oh my God, the damage. But anyways, look at the bands coming out. Matilda, Minotaur,
I'm more afraid
Export,
of
Lilia.
Rain than I am of everyone on the team. I'm more afraid of Rain than I
It's
am of
true,
everybody
Rain.
else on the team because Rain has done so much. The Brody gameplay in the last match was wild. 23 kill participation with just one death. That's insane. Absolutely insane. And now
I mean, the way he's been playing
bands
is
are
so
nice.
amazing, right?
Really, the position,
Look at that.
focus on objectives.
Look at Alpha Zero's ban, right? You were saying they ban out Xborg and they ban out Lilia, but let's see who's open. We have the carry that's open. So now Yu Zhang, Akai, they're not picking up the Akai this time. So they go for the Yu Zhang and the Brody. And I think El Cartel need to go maybe for, I don't know what's good right now. Maybe they go for the Barats, maybe they go for Akai as well.
Maybe they go for the Akai himself.
I think
yeah.
Akai is a good pick for them. Only
A better pick might be the Boxer. Boxer pick.
Yeah, I like the
would be
Boxer.
amazing, yeah. Boxer pick.
I mean, I'm not a fan of this Ixia though.
Really, because Ixia into a Brody, Ixia into Brody is not exactly a good thing.
I mean, it's not about Ixia into Brody. I think it's about Ixia into the Yu Zhang, right? In the team fights, because Ixia likes to sit in the back line, deal all the damage, but then you have the Yu Zhang that comes in, provides so much more. And like you said, Baxia is coming there, and Baxia's been picked up. Look at that Prince Kill with the wonderful analysis, ladies and gentlemen. He is such a great analyst. You need a coach, you call Prince Kill.
Oh well, I mean, this is what experience gets you, right? This is what you see in a lot. You just know what's gonna happen, but there's still a lot of windows open. There's still a lot of opportunity, right? We can still talk about the Valentina that might be picked up for Alpha Zero here, but it's gonna be a Frederick back onto the Frederick pick from the first game. For Hades right there. Now into the next band phases. We didn't even talk about the bands for El Cartel, right? The Mathilda, Minotaur, and Diggy band. Same as in the previous match. And let's just see, it could be a recreation. The same bands and this time around. It could be a good win for them. We still have a lot of picks left open, right? It might be a Valentina ban for El Cartel.
I think that they could have taken up the carry, even though they banned it out, but I'm not sure why they left the carry open. But look at the El Cartel. Smarter this time, banning out the Valentina. And now they banned out the Tigreal on the side of Alpha Zeros as well. So I like how this ban is going. They're focusing on the roamers. They're focusing on especially the counters that they don't want to give away, which is this Valentina. And but still, they did have the Valentina previous game. And then AFK, I'm not sure what he was doing there, but all that aside, that was game number 2. We're in game number 4. They did pick up game number 3. And look at that, Tarizla band. They don't want to give that CC potential, that setup potential. Because now we know Void Haka is going to be some sort of a frontline, some sort of appeal. But there's no setup potential, right? Yes, you have Ixia that has his full barrage. But you need something to pair it up with. And Vexana being taken out of the picture, I think, I don't know. I just think El Cartel could maybe go for an Atlas or an Arlot, and there it is, Arlot.
Oh, it's the Arla pick set. It is possible to go for Arla EXP, but then the wrong choice is where it's all gonna be interesting, right? Like you said, the Atlas is a possible pick, and pairing that up with the Excel pick would be a very, very huge way to go because that's some massive AoE damage and crowd control coming in. But they might settle for a Ruby pick. Oh, Ruby. Well, not that bad, but then still looking at Angela pick now for kind. I was just about to say that an Aurora pick would be very, very good. Or Nana pick.
I like Nana.
Options,
oh,
right?
Odette does a lot of damage. He's just flexing the skins now, isn't he?
I mean, too bad we can't see the skins. But Odette does have damage, but she won't fit into a lineup like this because of the crowd control coming out from Ruby. It will be hard for her to keep position. But then the Aurora pick is what we're gonna see here, right? Aurora pick is what it's gonna be. So Alpha Zero is going all in now with the draft. You've got the Yushon, the frame, Angela Rome pick into those two, ex-winners and junglers is a very, very good combo. And then Aqua on his Aurora. Meanwhile, El Catel out the Faramis. That's another very, very good pick right there. Faramis with the Nether Realms will be good enough in keeping the team alive. Combo with the Purified Split. You've got Excel, Arlott, Ruby, and Basha. Good drafts from both teams. The drafts throughout this gameplay has been wonderful from both sides. It's just a matter of execution. So let's see how well Alpha Zeros get this game on. Or El Catel. Like, I still believe in an El Catel victory. Because
you're just an Alpha Zeros fan. You're just an Alpha Zeros
fan.
Oh,
no, I'm not switching. I believe in my boys. Alpha Zeros all the way. Alpha Zeros all the way. I would be more than happy.
El Cartel, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, I'm telling you, right? All the fans in the chat, we know you love El Cartel. We know you love Alpha Zeros. I'm here an El Cartel fan. The production is an El Cartel fan. But however, Prince Kill's an Alpha Zeros fan. And make sure who do you think is the better team.
Against the world.
But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are in here in the land of Dawn for game number 4 in this grand finals of the World Esports Championship 2024 qualifiers, the road to Riyadh. That's brought to you by Nigeria Esports Federation and World Esports IESF. And this is Kronos going to be bringing you the action alongside my co-caster, who is Prince Kill, the Alpha Zeros fan, while I am the El Cartel fan. And El Cartel are one game to Alpha Zeros 2, who have match point, and it's 1-2. Will we see this going in towards the Alpha Zeros, who call it a series, or will we see the miracle reverse sweep coming out from El Cartel? And we know, Prince Kill, we know you love Alpha Zeros. It's okay. We'll convert you an El Cartel fan.
Nah, regardless of what happens, Alpha Zeros will still remain one of my favorite teams, right? So it is good to see some rivalry, right? It has been a long time we saw something of such a high caliber. That tells you how much of an important game this is. And you can also say that whoever wins this match can be crowned as the best team in the server, because it is a huge, huge fight. It is a very, very great fight. We've got some invade happening here, though. Void Hacker going in looking for Big Daddy Hades' red buff. Can they get that? Zaddy will be looking to deal some damage out onto the AFK.
Oh, he steals it! Void Hacker steals it!
He does steal it. He steals the red buff.
Perfect coming in. And now this is the advantage that the Team El Cartel needed, right? They needed this early game advantage, and they got the advantage. They got the retribution on point, and now Big Daddy Hades will be slow, will be a level down when it comes to the turtle, and that is going to spawn in about 10 seconds. And look at Void Haka making sure he gets the full jungle clear before he goes for the turtle, while Crest with this level 4 will be a menace to deal with, especially with a final slash. And I think the fact that Crest is on this Arlot and El Patron is on this Ruby will be the difference maker that the rest of the team needs. Look at that, they're starting to get the turtle, but El Patron may be biting off more than he gets you the first blood, and El Patron will go down quite thirsty in the early game. And now all that early game advantage has gone to waste.
Well, not completely, but let's still see how far this team can go. We do have a fight coming out here just before the total will be taken. Final slash coming out from Arlott. Do we have a kill? Not yet. He missed it, but there's another one. He does get a kill onto Big Daddy Hades. And there's one right back on him with Yuzhong grabbing kill onto Arlott. But Void Hacker with the anti-heal coming out from the ultimate will be good enough to get the kill on Yuzhong. And there will be 2 kills and a possible free throw. That's a good trade-off there for El Catel. Good trade-off. And that fight was, an early one into the game, something that El Catel needed, and that you did say that the advantage that they had on was gone, but they do have it well and secured with 3 kills in, as opposed to Alpha Zeros looking to make a good advantage going on. Well, Brody and Ixia on the gold lane, playing it safe, not too much damage coming out from either one of the 2 sides, but the fights out everywhere else has been a major turn. Now we've got El Patron rotating towards the gold lane, and we might see a kill onto I Got You. It's just a matter of patience and waiting for execution. Zadi and Crest up against each other. The picks here are very important, right? The Arlo does a good job at dealing a huge amount of damage onto Jean. We've got to dive now. Void Hacker
Look at
going
that
from behind
full
this.
barrage. Oh, he's able to get out of there.
Barrage under the
He
tower.
used the flicker, but look at that. Oh my
Nether
god,
Realm.
that's beautiful disengage coming in. But will we see that being popped? Tournament memory is there. They still have the HP, but Rain is still doing quite a lot of damage onto I Got You and Aqua with a perfect ultimate to save the rest of his team or his teammate in I Got You. And I Got You was going to go down all that time, all those resources just being wasted. But meanwhile, on the top lane, Alpha Zeros are able to convert that advantage and maybe possibly at the entire gold shield. And look at that. They've just evened up the gold score.
Yeah, there was a dual 2v1 situation there between Zadi, Hades, and Crest on the gold lane. They were able to get the kill, which gave them the advantage to push on. But now you can see with the items coming out so far, both marksmen already have their first item with the Corrosion Sky coming out for Rain. And I Got You does have this bit of despair. Bit of heptacy, sorry. A couple of damage items coming out, nothing too much. Fury Hammer from both Crest and Zadi. Well, we've got a fight coming out here. Nether Realms from the AFK to keep his team alive. Brody will get taken down.
I mean, the way it's been going, right? They focused their on towards the gold lane, and they did get what they wanted. Meanwhile, they get the top lane, they get the EXP as well, and so now they're pushing on both sides, and they should be able to get both the tier 1 turrets. Look at that. They get the top lane first, and now if you focus your attention on the bot lane, they get that as well. And El Cartel slowly but surely have the advantage, and now they're pressing it while they're going for the turtle. And finally, Crest is being the difference maker, I feel like. With this, in the first game, he was the difference maker with the X-Borg, and now he's the difference maker with this Arlott. And look at that, they get the turtle, and Void Haka just doing so much work for his team. This Baxia has been the key to victory for them this game. They have the 2K goal lead right, 1.5K goal lead right now, and look at that. They need to press their advantage. El Patron needs to do what he's been doing for his team from the previous game. 0-1-4 on the KDA, but Aqua here, look at that. They have vision on Aqua, and Void Haka just doing as much as they can to clear the wave.
What should be said, with the turrets taken now in favor of El Catel, it's going to be huge advantageous push, right? They do have a little bit more of a map control. I Got You not able to get as fit as he wants to be. El Catel giving room to Ixia to farm up ahead, and now with that bottom lane turret push, she will be looking to rotate alongside her team and make those advantageous team fights, right? With the full barrage, it's going to be a lot easier now. We might have a fight getting picked off here. Start the flicker. Here's a full barrage one more time coming out from Ixia, forcing out a fight there, but she will get taken down after standing. So that's a problem with Ixia, right? But still, we've got the fight going on there. NetherRealm coming out one more time from Faramis, looking for an age, and Brody might be in some trouble. Forced to flicker. No turn up memory for now, but more damage is coming out. Fredgen's going in looking for the box shot. He is too tanky to deal with, but taking a lot of damage. One basic attack, Kainer gets the kill. Brody's still going in. There's the Black Dragon, a little too late to the party. That was a good fight. After securing the top lane tier 1, they didn't even really need to be there in that fight. Big Daddy Hades looking to invade and get the red buff off the hands of Barsha. but Faramis does a good job preventing that invade. And with the swap of lanes, Brody now going to the top side.
You know that in that previous team fight, right, Prince Kill, when we saw how Rain unlocked the full barrage and Big Daddy Hades was just in front, ready to drop down the Appraiser's Wrath. You know the Appraiser's Wrath. Oh, never mind. There's an off-camera kill on towards Crest. But yes, I was saying, you know, when the Big Daddy Hades uses that big Appraiser's Wrath, he lifts his sword first before he drops it down in that big shape of a fan. When he lifts the sword, that's the key for you to unlock this Nether Realm from Dead AFK, right, from this Faramis. And he was a little too late, and Rain went down because of that, and then they just converted the advantage. Communication has not been there from Dead AFK and Rain. So if the communication is on point, if this Faramis is able to get his ultimate on point, I think El Cartel would run away with the game. That one small mistake cost them so much, and now we can see how they are facing the music compared to what they could have done, and they had the advantage. Once again, they're throwing it away. These are all mistakes that's coming out from El Cartel. They need to find a way to synchronize themselves. They need to get the synergy going, and now we see the golden bench on the sides of Alpha Zero is just 1k.
Yeah, it's just 1k, nothing too much to worry about. With the items coming out, Brody paying a lot more attention to getting some pen items. They're getting the Malefic Roar as his second full damage item. Crest going for the Rose Gold Meteor to try and get that last minute shield that it provides when going up against the Aurora and the Angela pit, because this might be an Angela semi build there. She does have the fleeting time, so a lot more times to spam the ultimate there. We do have a fight going on there with a couple of damage out. Nothing too much to worry about. It's all about the execution. It's all about the gameplay, and we're seeing El Cartel hold out as much as they can. They are doing a good job, but Alpha Zeros are capitalizing on those mistakes, just as you said about the last team fight, right? With the Appraiser's Right coming out, which was the signal for the NetherRealm to come a little bit too late, and that communication is very, very important for Rain and El Patron to keep up with. Sorry, for Rain and Dead AFK to keep up with. So it's very important. Oh, and also coming out here from Aura with the passive that keeps her alive, as well as Angela. Here's the Black Dragon coming in looking for an engaged barrage.
The full
Pops
barrage
out with the flicker.
flickers forward as well. And then now you see Black Dragon form, finally the humanoid form takes a triple kill on towards I Got You. He's able to pick up all these spoils, and now for the rest of his team, Rain is still able to defend, but no, I Got You with a big basic attack gets it down, and now they turn their attention towards the Lord. And look at that, Chimera picking up the Flask of the Oasis as well. Void Haka, though, the positioning is great. Will he use it? No, he's not trying to go for it. He wanted to get the steal, but never mind. Oh, look at that. Shadow Stampede pulls Zaddy back, but Void Haka taking so low, and this Brody's unstoppable. Get the kills, and look at the way that I Got You is dishing out the damage. I want to take a look at the itemization, because Alpha Zeros clearly have the upper hand. Once after that small mistake coming out from the side of Team El Cartel, they do get the kill onto Words Aqua. Full barrage coming out, but they don't have the flicker this time. There it is, the Nether Realm being popped. Black Dragon coming out after the Furious Dive. I Got You taken so low. He gets the kill again. Monster kill. That's 5 kills in a row. They get Crest as well. Make that. They just going down. They're just falling like dominoes, one after the other.
They are falling like dominoes, man. This is insane. Alpha Zero is making big capitalizations, taking the kills, securing the Lord. Now going down the top side with that tier 2 top lane being secure, leaving only the inhibitor standing, and you might also get another push onto this mid lane. But now the rotations are coming out from Alpha Zeros, looking for an opportunity to end this game. Yuzhong aligning the minions, getting that bottom lane as well. The defense though from El Cartel is massive, already trying to hold out that mid lane. But Brody indeed is very, very fed. Sticks 1-2 KDA. We would love to take a good look at the optimization, but just after we see the fight that is about to launch right here on the bottom lane. Ruby first in line of the defense over to the top lane with the Lord, but more minions coming down the mid lane, and Baksha will be forced to stay and just wait and see if they will be able to get the defense. But Alpha Zeros look like they're making, looking for a chance, looking for an opportunity. Yuzhong able to be the initiator for now, right? Because this is the point where Yuzhong will shine as much as he wants to go. Hades will not be the one to initiate it, or not as have
yeah, the
a
way it's
good push now for Alpha Zeros. 12 kills and 6 with a 7k goal lead in their favor. This is massive. Bottom lane 10-2 also gets taken down, leaving just the inhibitor stand.
Well, look at the way that's been going on, right? Like, let's take a look at the itemization. You broke it down perfectly, like Prince. The way that the Alpha Zeros have been going on. We know you're a fanboy. It's all right. You don't matter in our faces. We understand that. Don't worry about it. I was just kidding, though. But the way that it's been going, look at the damage that's coming up. Thanks to the build. Look at that. He's godlike once again. Progressed. Oh my God. He has been the difference maker. But if this Arlott is able to get that final slash on point, it's going to be a big game changer. He's going for the damage route as well, not the one that's recommended. If he goes for a little more tankier route, it would be much better. But meanwhile, take a look at the itemization. Oh, never mind. There's a big team fight breaking out. There it is. The full barrage coming out. But El Patron is the first one to fall from inside of El Cartel. And now they just have to disengage. Every time a full barrage is used, either Zaddy goes in or they just back out. But once again, look at, oh my God, they're doing so much. I got you just in their face, torn apart memory. He knows he has the damage, so he's just being a nuisance. Lord is about to spawn in about 10 seconds. So once again, well, I want to take a look at the itemization, right? Just to focus on how they've been building. I want to see I Got You's build. He has so much damage. He has the Blade of Heptases. He has the Sea Halberd, the Malefic, so going straight penetration. Meanwhile, on the side of El Cartel, if they take down El Patron early, they don't have any sort of anti-heal apart from the Necklace of Durance. You need to have a dominance edge to get that slow as well. There's something which they're missing. But once again, take a look at what do you think is wrong or right in the itemization, Prince?
What is wrong is everything with Arlott, right? Arlott is in this match. Arlott shouldn't be going with a full damage setup. Right? The Hunter Strike is just about enough damage item that he needs, and then you can copy that up with the Rose Gold meter. But everything else should be tailored towards defense because you need someone that can make that final slash, that can keep that crowd control onto Brody. Because right now, Brody is the main focus of attention for El Cartel. They want to get this win. Brody's damage is absolutely insane, having huge damage up with the heal coming out from the Sea Halberd as well. So the itemization is just wrong on Crest, right? So that's what we need to see the changes made. But before that, let's look at the fight that's going on here on the bottom lane with the Lord pushing in, Brody on top side, trying to get that push on.
Oh, look at that. I am offended. I'm offended coming in. Frigid Glacier. Look at that. They popped the full barrage along with the Black Dragon form. They're able to actually defend, but here comes the next minion wave. How will they do well for that? And Hades just going in still deep along with the hard guard on them. He uses the big appraisal strat. They get the kill. They get 2. They get Rain and Dead AFK, but Dead AFK is going to spawn Beaver. Oh, that is the flicker. I'm offended coming in. They get 3 in return. Will they be able to pull off the kills? Chimera solo, but meanwhile, they're chasing down Void Haka. They don't have the damage. And now they're going to fall one by one. El Patron, the first one to go. The Immortality is popped. Zaddy, will he be going down? No, he doesn't. But meanwhile, Crest is getting taken low. It's the damage Arlott we're talking about, not something that works. They have the draft. They should not be going in for this damage Arlott. And the way it's been going, I think if Arlott builds tankier, he'll be able to survive, and if he survives, he's going to provide so much more utility for the team. And look at I Got You just picking up the Wind of Nature, and now Alpha Zero is the dominant team so far in this tournament, dominant team in Nigeria for about 2 years, and the way it's been going, I think they're going to be the dominant team in this grand finals as well.
It may just look like that, but I'm still I love the fact that they have a huge advantage going on with Frederick now already at almost full itemization sets, being very, very tanky, with not a lot of heroes that can take him down from the team. El Cartel, they do have a decent amount of damage coming out here. They're finding it hard to catch up to him, but she does have a decent amount of damage items that Pro Sky Demon to sort of see how they're coming in, looking for that Wind of Nature to survive. But Brody already at a full. Brody is also at full build. Guarding the helmet to keep the sustain, and Chimera with the flask of the Oasis also. That's just a huge amount of heal. And then the Nether Realm hasn't really been able to keep El Cartel in much of the team fight because the damage output coming out from Oasis is just massive. We have a team fight coming out very, very soon, but no inhibitors standing for El Cartel. They just have to defend. They have to wait for an error from Alpha. We're going to look at this team fight going on here with the Lord. Good some Aqua. Chronos, you want to take us through this one?
Oh my God, the Frigid Glacier. Yes, gladly. And they get that kill on Void Hawker with the big appraiser's wrath. The Black Dragon form just to zone them away. And this is the problem when you have an Ixia on your side, right? Ixia, even though he's a good marksman, in this draft, like I said previously when we were in the draft, is not such a great marksman, only because of the fact that it's such a stationary marksman. Once you pop that full barrage, the Black Dragon form is just going to be all over you, and that's where it's been going wrong for the side of El Cartel. They don't have a way to protect their marksman, which has been costing them. That you can see from the KD is 0-3-1, and now the Lord is marching down the mid lane. This is the Luminous Lord, and they don't have Void Hawk at the front line. The minions are right in their base, and look at that, they're clearing all of it. We have 3 waves crashing in at the same time. The way it's going, the full barrage is out. They're trying to defend, and there it is, the Black Dragon form coming out. The Nether Realm is dead. They're zoning away. Rain, Wind of Nature is popped, and right now the minion waves are dead. The big fight is breaking down. Will we see the shine?
Ruby in a lot of trouble.
And they get the
gets
kill,
taken.
and that is I Got You. Arlott gets taken down. Void Hawk gets taken down as well. That's a double kill. But there it is. Big Daddy 80s will fall. El Patron goes
Farm is the only one left to open. Do we have a
wipe out? And then we can see Team Alpha Zeros taking the game, taking the series. They will be representing Nigeria in the World Esports Championships in Riyadh and also in Morocco. And the way that it's been going, Alpha Zero is the dominant team for 2 years. You can make that 3 in a row. And I know Prince Kill is smiling because he's an Alpha Zero's fanboy. But me and the production boys will be a little disappointed the way the El Cartel have participated throughout this tournament. But you have to give an applause to the way that they have been playing and made their way to the finals. And Prince Kill, I said it. Alpha Zeros is the better team in this grand finals. What else do you want me to say? Stop rubbing it in my face, bro.
Oh no! There was to begin with, right? There was nothing like everybody has a team they support, and it's not a bad thing to support a team that has done absolutely well throughout this tournament. The journey for Alcatel, all the way from the qualifiers, literally coming in 16th position to topping the group stages, to getting dropped down in the lower brackets, and then coming back into the groups. It wasn't an easy journey. If we could get that up on screen too, it would be very, very lovely. But yes, like you said, Alpha Zeros was the better team. They do have the experience in, tournament. They have shown exactly we are the better team, dominating a major portion of this tournament. GG's to the absolute wonderful game. El Cartel, an amazing fight. It's not easy to get a team score as much as this, but we can talk about the few errors that El Cartel made in this last match that made them lose the game. Right, the pick was good, but the Yuzhong pick was just a huge counter, and then press full damage build was not needed at all. He needed to go something that can keep his team in the front lines, where he can just tank and create an opening, to as much damage as she could. But that is it for the grand finals this year. And just like Kronos has said, Alpha Zeros will be representing Nigeria in the regionals in Riyadh, and after qualifying, they will go on to Morocco. But that is the game. Kronos, thank you very much for an amazing cast. I definitely enjoyed this match. I enjoyed casting with you. This was wonderful. Over to you.
Hey, the way it's been going, right, Prince? The way it's been going. Thank you for passing it on, but the way that it's been going, Alpha Zeros dominated the group stage. They dominated the upper brackets. They did go to the lower brackets. They made it all the way to the grand finals, dominated the grand finals. And El Cartel, they wanted to write their Cinderella story. They made it atop in the group stage. They got to the upper brackets, lost the top team, that's Alpha Zeros, went to the lower brackets, came to the lower bracket finals, and made it back all the way to the grand finals of this tournament. Just to go to the ones that they lost with in the beginning, that is Alpha Zeros. They lost 2 games in a row. They made the great comeback in the third. And then the fourth, they just couldn't hold it together. The nerves just weren't there. They just collapsed, and that's how they ended up losing the series. But at the same time, like I said, right, like you said as well, we gotta give props to them. We can talk about the mistakes they made. Yes, we will. But you have to give props to them. It's not easy to come out in such a big tournament, make it all the way to the finals, and go against the top team that's been dominating Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, and Nigeria for the past 2 years. But coming down to the mistake that they made, firstly, it was the Ixia pick, right? against the Yuzhong. The Yuzhong was picked quite early. It was the first pick on the side of Team Alpha Zeros, and the third pick was Ixia. And Ixia is not something you want to pick up against Yuzhong. They could have gone for a carry. Carry was still available. Carry is one of the strongest marksmen, if not the strongest marksman in the current meta. You have a Roger that can be played in the goal lane, but I haven't seen that come out so far. So they played the Harriet though. So why didn't you go for the Harriet with the pure?
The Harriet.
They could have gone for a Harriet. It worked so well for Rain. I don't know why you didn't pick it up again. And then once again, after that, Crest was the brilliant change they made on their lineup for the third game, which they won. He picked up Arlot. Arlot's such an amazing hero, but why would you build a damage Arlot? Yes, in your rankings you can build damage Arlot. It works, right? It works in damage Arlot, but when you go in a tournament like this, it's the grand finals when all the stakes are on the line. You want to play what is meta. It's called meta for a reason. And he could have gone for the sustain Arlot, but opted to go for damage Arlot, and then that just didn't work out, and that's how they capitalized. And right now, we will show you who the champions are. Right, Chris?
Said. Right, absolutely.
Yeah. There it is, folks. There it is. The winner of this match, this series, the grand finals. They made it all the way, and they will be going to represent Nigeria in Morocco in the road to Riyadh for the World Esports Championships of 2024, which is organized basically by World Esports IESF. That's going to be held in Saudi Arabia. It's going to be one big tournament, big regions, big teams going to go from every single part of the world that play Mobile Legends Bang Bang is going to be there, and Nigeria are going to have their own representatives. And who better than Alpha Zeros? And look at those names: Aqua, Big Daddy Hades, Zaddy, I Got You, and Kynera. Such a great five, great synergy, and deserved champions, and they earned it as well. And I'm your caster Kronos, alongside me Prince Kill. Prince Kill, you have any last words?
My last words would be never up, right? Alcatel have shown extreme determination to get themselves to the grand finale, which tournament as major as this. So my last words to you folks would be never give up on your dreams. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for viewing.
And well, you heard it first. This once again, Prince Kill and Kronos. We're going to be signing off. At the same time, you can follow our socials. It will be in the chat. But let's not forget that we will be bringing you more tournaments in the future. And hopefully, the duo of Prince Kill and Kronos will still live on. Because we don't want it to end here. Our chapter is their chapter is over, but our chapter has just begun, and we're looking forward to bring more tournaments to you in the future. But for now, this is Prince Kill and Kronos. We're about to sign off, but we just got some news from the back-end team that we will be continuing for another minute. So if you're just there in the chat, don't go anywhere. Prince Kill has something else to say to you. Prince Kill, you have something to tell them, right? Tell them that right now.
Well, I am proud of my boys, right? Now I'm just gonna troll. I am proud of my boys. Team in the country, like there's no doubt, there's no argument about that. And the pride that Alpha Zeros will have now is gonna shake the community, because there were a couple of backlashes after the release of one of their key heroes, Rockstar Alfie, right? I did mention that a couple of hours ago when we started.
Yes, you did.
Game. Yeah, so some people are saying that without Rockstar Alfie, Alpha Zeros might not be able to, carry on. But here they are, champions. So it's not just about the whole synergy, right? It's about team play. So that's what we're looking at here from Alpha Zeros. But props to Kynera and props to El Catel. The matchup, it's been a long time that we saw some, come up against Alpha Zeros and show that they can still beat them, right? They still got to win. You wanted that win, and you got that win, and I'm happy for you for that, right?
Now you're just rubbing it in. But anyways, right, Prince Kill. Anyways, folks, this is Prince Kill on the other side. This is Kronos here. Before we leave, just shout out to the backend team and Dr. Sid and Kami, who've been doing a wonderful job bringing us this entire tournament, and the rest of Nigeria Esports Federation as well. And once again, Prince Kill and Chronos, we're signing off. You have a great night. Wherever you are, make sure you eat your jollof rice and fufu and celebrate along with the rest of the team of Alpha Zeros, because I know the Alpha Zeros fans out there are happy. But don't forget, we're bringing you more tournaments, and make sure you join the Discord. That's there in the description. But once again, Prince Kill, Chronos, we're out of here.
Abuse. I won't give up or refuse. This is how it feels.